I noticed you received my petition for early release of the Sniffer 3000, Constable Dibbins.
Yes, and I notice it's attracted the signatures of just one man and his dog.
We're only appealing for natural justice.
But your blinking cheese detector thingamy, what do you call it, destroyed an entire grocery store.
Teething problems. It's still only a prototype.
A prototype? It's a villain, if you ask me. A diabolical device. You can see that in its face.
My machine isn't evil, Constable Dibbins. It's just got a short fuse and a few loose nuts.
We'll see. I'm going to formally interview this glorified tin can of yours, and if it can convince me that it's not a menace to society, then perhaps I'll release it into your custody. You there, prisoner. Kindly look at me when I'm talking to you. That's more like it. Now you've had time to think, what can you tell me about what happened yesterday? Feel bad about what you did, do you? He's weeping. Maybe this contraption's got feelings after all. Now, I want a truthful answer. If I release you from custody, will you do it again? Well, I'll be darned. The prisoner has been interviewed.
Yes?
And having exhibited signs of repentance, I am prepared to release him into your protective custody, provided, Wallace, you give me an assurance that you'll keep your blinking eye on him. Or it. Or whatever he answers to.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on him, Constable Dibbins. You have my word on that.
Well, did you do as I asked? Have you delivered the message? Have you shown them the snail?
I'm not sure the snail will convince them, Major Crump.
If she doesn't, the air raid siren will. But by then, it may be too late.
Awfully long drop. A nice cup of strontium tea ought to spark up the old grey matter. Hey, bring that back, you thieving rascal! Hold on a minute. Strontium. That's one of the ingredients in Rex Armstrong's Quick Grow Muscle formula. I need that tea bag. It's a comfort to know we're well stocked with biscuits.
Hello, Wallace. Paneer here again. Just checking on that honey order. Almost ready, I hope. This year's Festival of Crumpets could be the best yet if your honey's as sweet as you say. So sorry I had to ban you and your inventions from the actual premises.
Hey up, love! It's Winnie from the newsstand. Just to say, the new issue of Modern Knitting's in, and I've put Gromit's copy to one side. Looks like a perler. You can come and pick it up any time.
Great news, Gromit. I found those dog tags you misplaced. Now you can walk around looking official. Oi, come back here, you thieving rascal. That's my tea bag.
I won't have you threatening that dear little creature. Not while he's in my garden. You've come buzzing back, Mr. Wallace. As a bee to a blossom, eh? Have you noticed? I put a new roof on Mr. Nutter's house.
Mr. Nutter?
Surely you're acquainted with our neighbour, Mr. Nutter, the squirrel.
I'm not on first name terms with any of the neighborhood animals, I'm afraid.
What about Gromit?
Oh, no, he isn't either. Now then, which ingredients grow? Cold toast. Shame to let it go to waste. Here you are, little fella. Try some toast.
Yes, do feed him. I'm sure the little mite's hungry. What are you looking for exactly? You're persistent in your attentions this morning, Mr. Wallace.
I wonder, Miss Flit, if you would be so kind as to, hand me that tea bag.
Tea bag, Mr. Wallace? What tea bag?
The one on your, ooh.
Are you feeling quite well, Mr. Wallace?
Perhaps you'd like to give the purple pansies a sniff. You'd have to, lean over, of course, but...
I see no point in leaning over and sniffing my purple pansies. I'm giving them the cold shoulder until they decide to shape up and bloom for me.
I realise this may seem a trifle irregular, but Major Crumb insisted I show you this. It's...
A snail? In my garden? Have you lost your mind, Wallace?
I'm could those be? I couldn't help but notice the flowers on your window ledge, Mrs. Gabberly.
Aye, lovely, aren't they? Bring a touch of summer to the town square. Especially the purple pansies. Always been partial to pansies, me. You should see the flat. It's full of them.
They're blinking weeds, if you ask me. Can't abide them.
Oh, go and suck a lemon, you moaning ninny!
Oh, now look what you've done, you clumsy oaf. And open up that window when I'm yelling at you.
All right, but only to prove your insults don't get to me anymore. I can deflect them all.
Is that so?
Pardon me, Mrs. Gabberly. I wonder, that is, could you spare a...
Verb.
Sorry?
Give me a verb, Wallace. An action word.
Oh, playing a word game, are we?
In a manner of speaking.
Oh, well, let's see. A verb. Chew is an action.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. Now I need a thing.
A thing.
Aye, you know, something physical you could touch.
Something I can touch. Toad?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Spotted. That's a descriptive word.
No. Oh, that's a corker, that is. Last one. Nearly done. I need another thing. Or like a person or animal.
A person or animal? Now, let me see now. Blimp?
Yes, that's a thing. Hey!
What is it now?
Oh, chew! A toad! You spotted, blimp!
Oh, a blimp, am I? Well, I do have an aerodynamic shape to me.
A good solid insult, I thought. But maybe we need to think different.
That was an interesting word game, Mrs. Gabberly.
Want to play again? I need a word, Wallace.
How about cheese? It's one of my favourites.
No, an action word.
Oh, yes, an action word. Chew is an action.
Fine, that'll do. Now a thing, if you please.
Right, a thing. Grub?
Why not? Now a descriptive word, if you please.
Mild?
You're good at this. And finally, a person or a thing.
A person or a thing? Gentleman?
Yes, that's a thing. Hey!
What is it now?
Oh, chew! A grub, you mild gentleman!
Hey! You do know how to wound a bloke, Winnie.
got him that time. Serves him right for being such a grumpy old grandad.
Would you mind, if that is, could you see your way fit to lending me that pot of pansies, Mrs. Gabberley, for business purposes?
Business purposes? Well, be my guest. I've got bunches of them.
Miss Flint, if you'll just take a look at the pansies, I think you'll...
I told you, Mr. Wallace. I refuse to let those yellow hooligans have the satisfaction of... Oh, purple. You see? They're mending their ways. They just needed a firm talking to, that's all. Mother forgives you, you naughty little pansies. Sweet satisfaction, Mr. Wallace.
Yes, indeed. Very sweet. I wonder where Major Crumb disappeared to.
Wallace, thank heavens you made it to the shelter. I'd given you up for lost. Caught in the crossfire, were you? Stop pacing about, Wallace. You're making the rest of the men nervous. You've got to get your mind off the carnage up there. Would you like to hear one of my old war stories? I'd help pass the time.
Well, I hate to...
Of course you would. I brought visual aids. I'm still...
Who's that fellow?
That's me as a young recruit, off to basic training. How I cried when they cut off my golden curls. But I cheered up as soon as they issued me with a beautiful set of dog tags. Dashed useful dog tags if you happen to forget your rank or name. You've got it, right there. Never go into battle without your dog tags, Wallace. Was Fifi.
What a face!
That's me kitted out for heavy combat. That helmet took many a dent before the war was through. Without it, I could have become seriously loopy. Take my advice, Wallace. Never go into battle without a regulation helmet like the one in this picture. As I was sitting down to my mid-afternoon
Now, there's a sight.
That's me posing with Mother next to my 40mm Bofors. Look at the size of that monster. Big Betty, we called her. The gun, not my mother.
Sounds like you were quite a soldier, Major Crumb.
Where, Wallace? Why the past tense?
Oh dear.
Once a soldier, always a soldier. Something you civilians will never grasp. And I'd be happy to prove it by charging into the fray. That is, if I were recommissioned and had a proper helmet with a cute little brim, and if I could find someone to take charge of this shelter and distribute the protein bars. You're looking at my case, aren't you, Wallace?
Well, I suppose I was, Major.
Bet you'd like to know what's inside.
I am curious, yes.
Ah, this case is packed full of government-issue protein bars.
Protein?
Rations, Wallace. Emergency rations for... emergencies, obviously. Been stockpiling them since the war. Enough nutrition in them to feed a man under fire for a whole day.
And very tasty they look, too.
Tasty? They're foul, but packed with high-strength protein.
I'd love to try one.
Out of the question, I'm afraid. You don't have clearance. And besides, protein bars are only issued in the event of civil emergencies. Orders are orders, Wallace. I George, this is an emergency. Private Gromit! I hereby issue you one Groating bar. Guard it well, and see that it lasts you all day. Wallace, here's one for you as well.
Much obliged. It isn't like Gromit to be so absent-minded. My workers are very devoted to their queen. I thought you might find this useful, Major Crumb.
A helmet! By George, Wallace, there's nothing like a good helmet. Makes a fellow want to put himself in the path of projectiles. If you know what I mean. But I haven't been recommissioned.
I found these in the hall, Major Crumb.
Dog tags! I've been recommissioned! Bound to happen, of course. Can't leave good military material sitting on the shelf. My place is in the trenches. By thunder! I'm a soldier again! Sir George is ready for his dragon! And yet, duty compels me to remain here. No one else to guard the Groating bars. Confounded sense of duty.
Gromit could do the job.
Private Gromit? Can I entrust my precious cache of Groating bars to a Pongo? Perhaps so. He's proven himself a trusty foot soldier. Yes. If I am called away to the front, I'd feel comfortable leaving Private Gromit in charge. Good heavens! I shouldn't be skulking around in a cellar like a frightened rat. I'm a soldier, by thunder! Private Gromit, I hereby appoint you officer commanding this air raid shelter. Here, you pass out the rations. I've got a war to win. Charge!
One unit of energite fluid for a creamy finish. One dose of strongium into the mix. One generous chunk of protein to give it texture. Now to mix up my very own quick grow muscle formula. That ought to do it. No, the mixomatic's all mixed up. Stop! Stop! Help! Gromit! Oh, thanks, lad.
Checking to see if anything's sprouted yet, Mr. Wallace.
Well, as a matter of fact, Miss Flit,
Really? I don't see what you're hoping to... Oh! I don't believe
it
it!
works! It works! The homemade Quick Grow Miracle Muscle Formula works! We're in business, lad! You see, Gromit, look where a bit of enterprise can get you. If I hadn't found that flyer you chucked in the bin, I'd never have been able to concoct my Miracle Grow formula. And then where would we be? You really must be careful what you chuck out, you know? Blinking Nora!
Oh, my word! I think I'm going to faint.
This ought to be plenty of fuel for the old pollinator.
That's champion, that is. 50 gallons of honey and just in time for my annual tea and crumpet festival. Pleasure doing business with you, Wallace.
Always aim to please our bees. That's the last of our bills, Gromit, and we've got just about enough left over for that little holiday we've been planning. This year, I fancy Blackpool. Oh, yes, lad. I think our money troubles are over at last.
Air raid! Air raid! Battle
Oh, dear.
stations everywhere!
Not this again.
Excellent vantage point. Prepare for a crash landing, you devils! Sorry, Wallace, but I'm going to have to commandeer your dining room.
Now, just a minute, Major Crumb.
No time to argue, old man. The whole town's under bombardment. But here they come!
Doesn't it, Gromit? Giant bees!
Heaven help the good citizens of West Wallaby Street! Civilians out! But that's an order, Wallace. Private Gromit, kindly escort this civilian from the battle zone. That's right, soldier. Help steady my aim. Not the blatter! Blast and double blast! Not the blatter! Blast and double blast! Not the blatter! Blast and double blast! Missed him! Not the blatter! Got him! Blast and double blast! Confound it! Got away! Got him! Found and got away! Blimey! Got him! Found and got away! Got the blatter! Blasted! Double blast! Auf Wiedersehen to you, sir! Got him! Back in the air! Out and got away! Blast! Confound it! Missed him! Blast! Blimey! Got him! Found and got away! Got the blatter! Blasted! Double blast! Got the blatter! Blasted! Double blast! Confound it! Blast! Got him! I'm done got away! Got the blatter! Blasted! Double blast! Missed him! Blast! Got the blatter! Blasted! Double blast! Confound it! Missed him! Blimey! Auf Wiedersehen to you, sir! Back in the air! Blast it! Got him! Found and got away! Confound it! Got him! Missed him! The blatter! Found and got away! Blasted! Double blast! Blimey! Blast! Got the blatter! Blast and double blast! Found and got away! Blimey! Blast! Got the blatter! Confound it! Blast and double blast! Bullseye! Got the blatter! Blast and double blast! The blatter! Got him! Blast and double blast! Missed him! Got him! Found and got away! Auf Wiedersehen to you, sir! Blimey! Back in the air! Blast it! Into the dustbin of history for you, my friend! Right where he belongs, the fiend! Ha! Bag the bounder! Try getting out of that one, fly boy! Keep the faith, soldier! West Wallaby Street needs you!
Good heavens, Gromit! You don't suppose those monsters have anything to do with our honey-making operation, do you? Bumbling heck! My quick grow formula! It didn't just affect the flowers. Just hope it's a wrong number and not more bad news. Yes, Mr. Paneer. Well, of course you're upset. Being dive-bombed by giant bees isn't good for any business. We're doing all we can to get the situation under control. Normal honey service will be resumed as soon as possible. With normal-sized bees. That's a promise. There's a giant fly in the soup, lad. And it's shaped like a bee. They're taking over the town. Time to read the riot act. I am their employer, after all. Oh! They won't listen. They're completely out of control. This honey business has a sting in the tail and no mistake. Oh! Do something, Gromit! Hello, from B to... Oh, Constable Dibbins.
Mr. Gabble here. I ain't much good at eating humble pie, but I spoke out of the lot of daft apers after all. What I said to you, I'll take it all back. You're a credit to the town. Just a minute. What's this? Ah! Giant bigot bees! Oh my giddy heart! There's only one nincompoop round here who could have caused this!
Well, of course I'll try. Gromit will be happy too. Oh, he's very capable. Trained him myself, I assure you. I know Constable Gibbon. Yes, Mr. Pinnear said. Yes, Careful with the auto-flip frying pan, lad. The timer mechanism is very delicate. It's liable to spring at odd moments. Gromit's working on that. Oh dear. No, I wasn't aware. I see.
Really? Playing with garden gnomes while West Wallaby Street is under attack?
Private Gromit, it's looking grim out there. Good man, Private Gromit. Help me bring these blighters down. Bullseye! Did you see that? Ha! Blew 'em right out of the sky. That'll teach 'em. A thrilling sight for you, Private Gromit. Why, I feel like a young man again. Calls for a celebration, Private. Meet you in the mess in 20.
Gromit's working on that. Oh, Constable Dibbons tells me the West Wallaby gang has been neutralised. Is that your work, lad? Clever work. What's that, Constable? Oh, yes. I'll tell him. He reckons you should take care of the bees in town if you're up to the challenge. I know, Constable Dibbins. Yes.
Yoo-hoo! Gromit! Up here! Now, listen to me, nice doggy-wuggy. I'm trapped in this tree by giant bees. Do you understand? You must take a message to your master. I need him to get me down from here. Can you tell him that? Oh, wait a minute. Give him this. It's a note. Oh, tell him to hurry. I can't hold on much longer.
Somebody call the police! Get me out of here! Do something about these steam giants! Something like Joker cannot be helped!
Hello, Chuck. You're not about to let a few hooligan bees keep you from your business. Oh, blinking Nora, look at Mr. Pannier shut up in his shop like a prisoner, and all on account of a few blinking bees. You don't see Winnie Gabberly chucking in the towel. Didn't close during the hedgehog riots of 72, and I ain't closing now. Besides, where would I go if I did? I ain't going back tit flat with old man Gabberly. Not till he says he's sorry. Tossed out all me pansies, he did. He's right gormless, that husband of mine, and with never a kind word for his hard-working wife. You can't imagine what it's like living with a stubborn oaf like that. Well, I'll show him I can be just as stubborn. I'll stay here till he says sorry, or the bees carry me off. Oh, I know the old man don't mean to be so hard, just his way. But I'm a sensitive soul at heart. Beneath this tough exterior, Edwina Gabberly is like a delicate tropical flower. I can't bloom in a patch of thorns. He's got to mend his ways and apologise. Or so help me, I'll box his blinking ears till wash day.
Mr. Gabberly here. I ain't much good at teaching humble pie, but I spoke out of turn yesterday. You're not a daft apers after all. What I said to you, I'll take it all back. You're a credit to the town.
Well, fighting dogs come limping home. There now, weren't so hard, were it?
Is that you, Winnie? Breaking code of silence, are you?
No need for silence now you've shown a bit of humility.
Humility? Me? Never!
Oh, you don't fool me. You're just a big old softy, and I know it. I need me head examined, keeping shop open when town's crawling with giant bees.
What's got into you, Winnie? Stay back, I say! Oh, Winnie Gabberly!
Sorry for the delay, Mr. Paneer. I think you'll find the streets are now bee-free.
Thank heavens for the boys in blue.
Now, I'll have to ask you to accompany me to the station. There's some paperwork we need to fill out. Nothing too bothersome.
Happy to do my part.
It's citizens like you what make my job a pleasure, Mr. Paneer. What do you want? Off with you now. Very busy at the moment. Haven't time for inquisitive dogs. Oh. And tell that master of yours he left summat behind.
Well, if I know Constable Dibbins. Well, yes, like I said, he's very well trained. Right then. Goodbye, Constable. Good work, lad. Seems you took care of the downtown gang good and proper. But so long as they're still supersized, our job's only half done. I'd better get to work on a reverse growth formula. What's this, lad? An SOS note? From Miss Flit. Why didn't you show it me earlier? Hang on, Miss Flit. Help is on the way. Ow! It's no use, lad. The bees outside may be neutralized, but the ones inside are still buzzing mad, and they won't let me leave. It's up to you, Gromit. pacified all the bees, Gromit? Good lad. I knew I could count on you. That's right. Poor Miss Flit is still trapped in that tree, isn't she?
Help! Get me down from here!
Don't panic. I'm coming, Miss Flit. Oh, it seems I'm underdressed.
Gracious!
Hang on, Miss Flit.
My saviour!
So that's the story, Miss Flit. I'm afraid my miracle growth formula led to some supersized problems.
I hope you're going to get rid of the infernal stuff.
Oh, I am. And rest assured, all the bees have been dealt with safely and humanely.
Well, that's a relief. But weren't you scared facing down an angry swarm of giant bees all by yourself?
Frightened? Oh, well, I was heavily outnumbered, of course, but they soon saw who was boss and that the sting was on the other foot.
I was terrified.
That's only natural, Miss Flit. Well, I had a twinge or two myself at times, you know, but keep a cool head. That's my motto. Look your adversary square in the eye and never let yourself get carried away. Put me down! Get off! It's Gromit! Lincoln Nora! The Queen's trying to turn me into royal jelly! The ingratitude! After I've built her a hive in solid brass and a magnetronic pollinator thingamajig to take all the hard work out of honey making. Oh, I'm beginning to think I should never have mixed this growth formula at all. I ought to chuck it away. Hey! Easy, old girl. No need to get excited. Put me down gently and no one will get hurt. Oh dear, nothing in the beekeeper's manual about aerial abduction. Help! Help! Gromit! What a boy! I knew you'd come through. It's the ladder, lad. Look out, Gromit! Keep your hands on the wheel! What are you waiting for, Gromit? Raise the ladder! That's right, lad. Now raise the ladder. Oh! Ah! That's torn it. The ladder's broken, and I left the spare at home. Lend me a hand, Gromit. It's lovely, Gromit. You can add it to your collection when we get home. Phew! Back on terra firma. Well done, Gromit. Gromit? Gromit! You all right, lad? Oh, good show. We've made it through this little episode in one piece. More than I can say for the autopilot, I'm afraid. The autopilot! Oh dear, looks like our troubles aren't quite over. Look out behind you, Gromit! Keep her at bay. I'll try and lose her in here. Perhaps the honey could use a little kick. Give her the what for, Gromit? He bagged her, Gromit. Ooh, cracking teamwork, lad. Ooh, cracking teamwork, lad. I've done it, Gromit. I found the antidote to that pesky growth formula. Now we can finally cut our bee problem down to size. Though there is one small complication.